boring. This one's okay. But this one? Boring. There is no reason whatsoever why the lights in your house have to be boring. Think about it. It's 2017. It's time to move on to something more exciting. And that's why today's video is all about the Flux light bulbs, which are LED light bulbs, if I can pick it up, powered by Wi-Fi, all through an app. Let's talk about them. I'm gonna sit at this desk today. Why not? All right, so let's open up the Flux light bulbs. Let's see what the deal with these is. 1, 2, 3. Now these come in a starter pack, hence why I got 3 instead of 1. And of course, shout out to Flux for making this video possible. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna go over some basic specs on the box itself, and then we'll talk about the actual bulbs. Okay, so these bulbs put out 10 watts of power, 800 lumens, which is 60 watts equivalent. You get a warm white and a cool white, about 2700 kelvins to 6500 kelvins. And yes, they are dimmable via the app, which is a big deal with me. You get up to 20,000 hours of power. That's a long time. Plug and play. Yep, literally. Plug and play. Boom, you're done. Instant bright light, Wi-Fi enabled. Come on, that's the best part right there. 16 million colors. 16 million. You can't do that with a traditional light bulb, that's for sure. Smartphone control. Sync control by group. E26 medium bass. Timer mode. That's certainly very interesting. And my favorite part, besides the fact that you can control these via your phone, no hub required. I have used bulbs in the past that connect via some hub. Who wants to worry about connecting a dedicated hub for light bulbs? For me, I just want to plug and play. And that's what these do in theory. So let's get them set up. First of all, make sure the light switch is off. That way you don't burn your hands. Although, honestly, I'm probably gonna burn my hand a little bit. That's okay. It's all for the cause. Secondly, you gotta take off your light fixture. Very carefully, of course. Nothing fancy about that. And as you can probably tell, I'm currently only using one bulb. That's just how it was when I moved in. So Flux, this is perfect timing. Thank you. But then carefully screw the light bulb in. And now, in theory, turning this light switch on, the light bulbs should activate just fine. But keep in mind, I've not set them up with the app yet, so right now they're just kind of light bulbs. But pretty soon, they'll be not your average light bulbs. Okay, there you have it. There is a slight delay, which is not a big deal. Maybe that'll change when I get them set up. But they're working, and I gotta say, they are plenty bright. Alright, so let's get the fixture back on and set up the app. I gotta say, first impressions are very positive. It seems to just work. Now, it is worth mentioning, as you probably saw, I set up each bulb individually, hence why I went into the settings app on my iPhone back and forth. But once that's done, in theory, that's it. Now, of course, I do have a third bulb to set up, but I'll do that off camera in my own time. But, as you saw in the previous clip, there's an all-off feature and an all-on feature. Now, what about customizing its colors? Let's try to tap the bulb. There you go. That's when the magic starts to happen. That's kind of creepy looking. So let's make that blue. That's very cool. Now let's go back to the other bulb. Go to colors and make that red. That looks really, really neat. Nobody can deny the coolness of this. This is really, really awesome, guys. And it just works. I love products that just work. Seriously, it barely required any kind of setup process. Also, it's worth mentioning that the Flux Wi-Fi app is available on Android. And interestingly enough, as you probably saw in the App Store clip I recorded, there's also an app called Flux Bluetooth, which is very interesting. So in theory, it's the same thing. Instead of Wi-Fi, it's through Bluetooth. So guys, first impressions, I am definitely impressed. Now keep in mind, it's very bright outside. It's only like 3:40 in the afternoon. So obviously we're not getting the full effect right now. But believe me when I say, this looks really, really cool in person. This is just the beginning, and I cannot wait to customize it to my liking. And speaking of just beginning, I'm still just getting started with my coverage on these bulbs, because I have a lot more to say in future videos, including the weekend vlog. But for now, check out the Flux bulbs right below. Huge thanks to Flux for making this possible. Wait for it. Sometimes I feel like I live in New York City. That is one busy, busy road. So guys, just check them out. I think you'll be impressed. I know I am. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace. All right, no more notifications.